Isn't it a bit rich for someone with a name like Pasquarelli?
I've been dewogged.
John Pasquarelli is an Australian former politician, political advisor, crocodile hunter, art collector, and longtime commentator, best known for his role in shaping Pauline Hanson's early political career. Dewogged is a word Pasquarelli used to mean stripped of ethnic identity, or made less ethnic, usually in a mocking or derogatory way. It comes from the slur wog, which was historically used in Australia to insult Southern European and Middle Eastern migrants, Italians, Greeks, Lebanese, Maltese, etc. Pasquarelli used dewogged to describe attempt to make someone appear less ethnic, less migrant background, or more acceptable to a white Anglo political audience. How dewogged connects directly to monoculture. 1. It assumes there is one proper Australian identity. The term only makes sense if there is a dominant cultural standard, Anglo-Celtic, and people who must be cleaned up or stripped back to fit it. That is the essence of monocultural thinking. 2. It frames ethnic identity as something to be removed. Dewogging implies ethnicity is a flaw. Cultural difference is undesirable. Assimilation is the goal. This is exactly how monocultural societies operate. They pressure minorities to erase difference. Three, it exposes the political use of monoculture. Pasquarelli used the term to criticize political image crafting. But the reason the term works is because Australian politics has historically rewarded Anglo appearance, Anglo speech, Anglo cultural cues. That's monoculture in action. 4, it reflects Australia's assimilationist history. The word taps into the post-World War II pressure on Southern European migrants to fit in, and the long-standing idea that Australian equals white British derived. And obviously the ongoing assimilation tactics against Aboriginal people, which are far more extreme, including murder, rape, imprisonment, and stealing children. Pasquarelli's language is abrasive, but it's describing a real cultural force. So, what does this tell us? Dewogged is not just a slur, it's a diagnosis of society that expects people to shed their cultural identity to be accepted. It aligns with monoculture, assimilationism, Anglo-normativity, cultural erasure, and it reveals how political actors manipulate identity to appeal to that monocultural expectation.
You talk about mainstream Australia, but how do you define mainstream Australia?
I think you see mainstream Australia every time you go to the football, to the races, to the beach, to the outback. Mainstream Australia, I think it's fairly self-evident.
So excluded from your definition of mainstream Australia are obviously a number of minority lobby groups. Are outside the
That's right,
mainstream.
they tend to stand outside the rest of what I call mainstream Australia, and they've been encouraged to do it by both parties.
So you might be talking about, say, the Jewish lobby in Melbourne.
Well, then a lot of the Jewish people can totally embrace mainstream Australia, but then some of them don't.
And that would include migrants?
Of course, because by virtue of their differences, cultural differences, religious differences, they are living in, I mean, you can use the word ghetto, but there are ghettos.
Isn't it a bit rich for someone with a name like Pasquarelli?
I've been dewogged.
So right there and then I made a decision. If that's what they were going to call me, well, that's what I was going to be. The car, the clothes, the attitude.
Hey, want a party?
I dedicated my life to becoming the best wog I could be.